We are now marking 273 days since Hillary Clinton held a formal news conference, and we are learning she will start traveling on a bigger plane that will now include the press corps covering her. Whether they will get to ask questions or not, we don't know. Despite all that, her press conference drought has opened up Mrs. Clinton to harsh criticism from both Donald Trump and, of course, the media itself. Let's talk about it with Judy Miller, Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative reporter, author, and Fox News contributor, and Lynn Sweet, Chicago Sun-Times Washington bureau chief. Ladies, nice to see you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Drawing on your considerable experience covering presidential politics, presidential campaigns, has there ever been a presidential candidate of a major party so inaccessible as Hillary Clinton has been over the past couple of months?
Is that to Lynn?
Either of you. Can anybody remember one?
I can't remember one, but I think in a way the charge that she hasn't been accessible to the press is not fair. David Folkenflik of NPR did a count and found out, based on numbers provided by the campaign, that she had met with reporters more than 350 times since declaring her nomination. The problem is that a one-on-one with a reporter or a sit-down interview is not the same as a freewheeling, free-for-all press conference, which is what the press really wants to have. And I'm not sure now, Leland, that even if we're permitted to be on her plane, that she's going to talk to us, because as everyone knows, we are not her favorite people. And despite her effort to wage this new charm offensive, I'm not sure we're going to have any more access than we've had in any other form that the form that she chooses.
Often on the campaign planes, the only way to get access to the candidate is to write a question on an orange and roll it down the plane's aisle and hope that somebody grabs it and writes an answer back. Lynn, do you think the reason we haven't seen this free-wielding press conference is because, frankly, Hillary Clinton isn't that good at them? We remember her snarky remarks 272 days ago.
I've seen Hillary Clinton since the 90s do some press conferences, and some of them back in the famous one, I think they called it her pink suit press conference. You know, she's had press conferences. When she was a senator, she dealt with the press all the time. When she was the Secretary of State, she had press with her. So it's not a matter of whether or not I'm not here to preview what a performance would be, but she would be bombarded with a lot of questions about some of the controversies that have been in, you've been talking about in Fox for a long time. So well,
we've been talking about it. The New York Times has been talking. A lot of people have been talking about them.
There are a lot of people have been talking about. So I would imagine that if the day came that she did take questions, it's very predictable what some of them may be, and I don't think it's a matter that she would do bad. It's a matter of what the bigger issue here is that campaigns like to control messaging. And as a reporter, I find that our job is to ask questions, not just be on the receiving end as stenographers. That's why you need press conferences, so you could just ask away and get past talking points.
Right. No, your job as a reporter is to break through that. The question, Judy, though, is the press pushing hard enough? It's obviously now at 272 days, people are starting to ask some questions. But should the mainstream press been pressing months ago about this? Should we have been pressing right around the time that the FBI issued that scathing statement by Mr. Comey? Should there have been more fire to this story a lot earlier on?
Look, I think there's been a lot of scrutiny of Mrs. Clinton. No public figure that I can think of has been subjected to the kind of scrutiny that she's been subjected to. But the fact that she continues to kind of mislead people or make false statements about emails, about the Clinton Foundation, gives a steady drip, drip, drip of material to the press that have to be followed up on, that she doesn't want to deal with. Of course she doesn't want to have a press conference. Why would she want to talk about emails in Benghazi and the Clinton Foundation?
Ladies, be right back after this. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.